Okay, students, coming back to our topic, that is, we were doing about batteries and cells in the last lecture. We have studied about primary cell in the last lecture, or primary battery. It is known as primary battery because it is one time usage. Okay, it cannot be reused. Once it is discharged, it cannot be charged again. So that is known as a primary battery, and today we are going to see about secondary batteries. So secondary batteries, they are known as secondary batteries. Why? Just because they can be recharged. Okay, once the energy or once the current is passed, the value of that is removed, and if we are passing current in an opposite direction, okay, then the energy inside that can be regained. Okay, so basically in this what will happen, in primary cell we have seen those cells are what, actually electrochemical cell. So these batteries are even the secondary batteries are also electrochemical cell only. But after once it is discharged, if we are connecting the circuit in an opposite direction, the current is passed in an opposite direction, at that time what we are doing, we are converting, we are doing the reverse reaction. That is what we are doing over here, and at that time it will act as an electrolytic cell. At that time it will be acting as an electrolytic cell, and again it will be regain the potential, and again it can start, after that again it can start working as an electrochemical cell. Okay, so initially what it is happening, initially it is happening that chemical energy will be converted into electrical energy. Okay, that is initial basis. Once it is discharged and we are charging it, at that time it is following the reverse reaction, that is electrical energy will be converted into the chemical energy. Okay, during that recharging process, what is happening, it is behaving as an electrolytic cell. During that time, electrical energy, that is current which is we are providing from outside, that current will be converted into again the chemical energy. Okay, so this is the description about that. I have already told you in the previous lecture that if any of the cell or battery is asked, what you have to do is you just have to draw a diagram if it is known to you. You have to mention what is anode and cathode, the reaction taking place and at anode and cathode, and the overall reaction, and voltage if it is known to you. Also you need to mention what electrolyte you are using. If this much is mentioned, then you can get the full marks of that battery or cell. Okay, so I am reading this thing again from here, starting that a secondary cell after use can be recharged by passing current through it in the opposite direction so that it can be used again. A good secondary cell can undergo a large number of discharging and charging cycle. Okay, so it is not necessary if the name is secondary means it will be charged once only. It can be recharged many a times. It is not like that it will be charged for only one time. The most important secondary cell is lead storage battery. Lead storage battery, commonly used in automobiles and inverters. Commonly used in automobiles and inventors means those batteries we are usually seeing in a large amount. We are usually seeing this in automobiles, like we know that car batteries and all are coming, right? Our parents are telling many a times that we should switch on and off. If we are not using our car for longer time, then we say that battery is discharged, right? So what does it mean? It should be it should be given the power again and it will be charged, right? So same way, this automobiles and inventors are using this batteries. It contains a lead anode. Anode is made up of lead, and a grid of lead packed with lead dioxide. Okay, lead dioxide act as an cathode. Anode में क्या है? It is just and lead. Okay, and at cathode it is lead dioxide. A 38% solution of sulfuric acid is used as an electrolyte. Okay, sulfuric acid, you know the formula of sulfuric acid, that is H2SO4. So this is used as our electrolyte. Now the reaction which is taking place at anode. So anode is doing what? At anode PD is there, right? PD is lead. Now this lead is reacting with सल्फ्यूरिक आयन दैट इज SO4 माइनस 2. ये कहाँ से आया? फ्रॉम वेयर डू वी गेट दिस सल्फ्यूरिक आयन? वी गेट इट फ्रॉम अवर sulfuric acid which is used as an electrolyte. Okay, so it is reacting with that at anode and it is giving what? 2 electrons. This is obviously it is anode, so it is oxidation. Oxidation loses electron. Okay, so PbSO4 will be formed and 2 electrons will be released. So we are forming PbSO4, that is zinc sulfate, and 2 electrons are released. Now at cathode what it is happening? Cathode what we are using? We are using lead oxide, dioxide, right? So this dioxide is reacting with, again it is reacting over here with sulfuric acids ion, that is SO4 minus 2, SO4 minus 2. And also in sulfuric acid we are having H, right? H2SO4. So when it is reacting with 2 moles we are getting 4H plus ions, and as it is cathode, what happens? Reduction is happening, so it is gaining 2 electrons. It is gaining 2 electrons. So again what is formed? PbSO4 is formed and H2O, that is water will be removed. Water will be removed. Okay, so again I am repeating the equation which is happening, I mean the reaction which is occurring at cathode. PbO2 will come here. Okay, PbO2 plus HO4 minus 2 reacts with 4H plus 2 electrons to give PbSO4 plus H2O. You can check it whether it is balanced equation or not. Okay, now when we see the overall reaction, then what will happen? When we are seeing overall reaction, we see that PbO2, this PbO2 plus 2SO4, that is 4 ions of H plus and HO4. This is 2 times, right? So we can write 2H2SO4. Now here what we are obtaining, again when we see over here, here also we are getting PbSO4 and here also we are getting PbSO4. So we are getting what? 2 moles of PbSO4 and H2O and H2O. Okay, so final reaction what we are getting? Pb we are getting, PbO2 we are getting, and 2 moles of SO4 minus 2, 4H plus ion. So this will be forming what? H2SO4. Electron, 2 electron will be cancelled. Will give what? 2 moles of PbSO4 and 2H2O. Okay, so now on charging the battery, the reaction is reversed and PbSO4 on anode and cathode is converted into Pb and PbO2. Okay, so basically what will happen now in this? How will you identify that whether it is the charge is empty or not, right? So actually what it is happening, SO4 and SO4 is utilized in both the reaction, at anode also and at cathode also. Okay, from where? From our electrolyte. So what will happen? Consumption of SO4 and SO4 is more. I mean the ion of SO4 and SO4 is more. So one time it will happen that the amount of SO4 is reduced. I mean it is minimum, right? So when it becomes minimum or it is exhausted, at that time we say that battery is discharged. At that time we find that we can say that battery is discharged. So what we are going to do when we are charging the battery, I mean when we are supplying the external energy in a form of current, then what will happen when we are applying an external current? This PbSO4 which is formed, okay, this PbSO4 which is formed will be breaking down into Pb which will deposit at anode and uh, PbO at cathode. Okay, so in this way what will happen, we will be getting again our cathode and anode. This is anode and this is cathode respectively. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the diagram which will be very similar for you all. Have you seen in the car batteries that black color box is there, right? So this is the same construction of that. This is the container, that black container, and as you see that we are having an alternate rods. Okay, so one rod is acting as anode and another is acting as cathode. Okay, so anodes, these are the anodes, the empty one, 1, 2 and 3 are anodes which are acting as an Pb lid, that is Pb plates, and alternately we are placing what, cathode, which is positively charged and it is containing what, PbO2 plates. This is just a rough figure to explain you all for the same. Actually when we are seeing naturally it looks something like this. Okay, now you remember this battery, right? We are having a positive and negative terminal, and inside when we see we are having this type of plates, and this yellowish color thing which you are seeing is nothing but H2SO4 opening. Here we are having opening to add water. You know, at times when we say that gaadi bahut garam ho gayi hai, so what we do, we open this lid and we add some amount of water inside it. Okay, so here we are having positive plates, that is cathode, which is containing what, PbO2. Okay, this is the separator, and negative plate, that is lead, only the lead. Clear? So this was the most important topic of secondary cell, that is battery of lead. There is one more secondary cell that we are going to study, that is nickel cadmium cell. Another important secondary cell is nickel cadmium cell, which has longer life than that of an lead storage but more expensive to manufacture. Okay, so as in that, what was happening, soon as the electrolyte is getting exhausted, that is SO4 minus ion is getting exhausted, we need to recharge it. Okay, so here also the same type of reaction is going to take place, but this charge will remain for a longer time, because we are using nickel and cadmium in this type of cell. But this type of cell, in order to manufacture, it is more expensive. It is more better, but it is more expensive. Here the overall reaction is something like this, that lead reacts with 2 moles of NiOH thrice. Now what is the name of this NiOH thrice? This is nickel hydroxide, which will be giving cadmium oxide plus again nickel hydroxide and H2O. Okay, so this is the overall figure of the same. Here we are having a cap of that in order to prevent it. Again positive and negative terminals we are again having over here. Okay, now so here it is a portion which is shown to you, the layers of that. In that plates were kept, right? So it was a straight one. Here in a circular form it is there, so it is in a rotational form, if you can see over here. Okay, so this reddish color that you are seeing is a positive charge, and after that again we are having yellow color. Okay, so that is what, again the separator. In that also we are having the separator, and after that we are having blue color, that will be our negative terminal. Okay, so it is cathode, then separator, then anode. Clear? Cathode, separator and anode. Okay, and again a large portion that you see over here is nothing but our jelly roll. that will be acting as an electrolyte, a part of an electrolyte it is there. Okay, so it is more compact also, but it is more hard to manufacture and it is more expensive. Clear? Moving ahead, we are having one more type of cell, that is fuel cell. So this is very much easy for you all to know after knowing all this type of cells. So I'm reading this equation directly, the conversion of the same, and I will be showing you the diagram for the same. This is very commonly asked question in exam, so you need to go through it very properly. Galvanic cells that are designed to convert energy of consumption of fuel like hydrogen, methane, methanol, etc. directly into the electrical energy are called the fuel cell. I am repeating this statement again. Galvanic cells that are designed to convert energy of conversion of the fuel. Okay. Now, why this statement, you come to know very much properly from this statement that why this cell are prepared. You know there is large amount of combustion of few of the gases, right? We know that when we are doing any type of reaction or we are writing any type of reaction, at that time you will observe that many a times hydrogen gas is liberated, methane gas is liberated, methanol is liberated. Now this methane gas is combusted directly from where? When you are using this LPG or anything at home also, right? The gas stove and all, at that time also we know that large amount of gases are evolved, that is methane gas or methanol gas, right? So in order to convert this energy obtained from the conversion of this fuel, राइट मतलब ये जो फ्यूल है उसको कन्वर्ट करने के लिए, मतलब यहाँ से जो एनर्जी निकलती है, टू इन ऑर्डर टू कन्वर्ट दैट into electrical energy, the fuel used is known as fuel cell. I am repeating it again, that energy of combustion of fuels like hydrogen, methane and methanol directly into electrical energy are called fuel cell. Means energy of combustion of fuel. You know that when H2 gas, methane and methanol are combusted, large amount of energy is produced. In order to convert that energy of that fuel into electrical energy, the cell which is designed is known as fuel cell. One of the most important and successful fuel cell used in the reaction of hydrogen with oxygen to form water. Okay, this type of cell is used in order to form what? Water. We know that for water we required what? H2 and O2. In this cell, hydrogen and oxygen are bubbled. Hydrogen and oxygen are bubbled means what? They are bubbled means your hydrogen gas and oxygen gas are mixed through the porous carbon electrode into the concentrated aqueous NaOH solution, that is sodium hydroxide solution. Okay, so you can imagine one thing now, that we are having one beaker, in that we are using electrolyte as an sodium hydroxide, or we can say NaOH, and the electrodes which we are using is carbon, and things which we are inputting from that is hydrogen and oxygen. Catalysts like fine divided platinum or palladium metal are incorporated into the electrode for increasing the rate of electrode reaction. We know the function of catalyst, right? What does the catalyst do? In presence of the catalyst, the reaction will occur faster, right? So the catalysts are added. Which are the catalyst? That is platinum or palladium are used in order to accelerate our process. The electrode reactions are given below. At cathode, what it is happening? O2 gas, as I told you that we are pouring that gas, plus 2H2O plus 4 electrons. 2H2O, obviously this is aqueous SO4, right? So water will definitely be used. Now you will say that पानी तो बनाना है and पानी only अंदर है. Yes, definitely we are going to use some amount of water initially because it is aqueous NaOH. From that we are going to prepare water. So it is going to react with water part of this NaOH, and it will be taking 4 electrons. Definitely at cathode we know that the reduction will take place. So when we are seeing this, what it is going to form? 4OH minus, 4OH minus, and at cathode we know that H2 gas is poured. So this H2 will be reacting with 4OH minus, and it will be giving what? 4H2O, giving what? 4H2O. Now when we are seeing the overall reaction, then what will happen? Here also 4H2O is there, here also 4H2O is there, so it will be cancelled. Okay, here 2H2O is there and here 4H2O is there. So 2 will be cancelled, and from 4H2O we will be getting only 2H2O, and 4 electrons and 4 electrons again cancelled. So our overall reaction will be 2H2 gas plus O2 will give 2H2O. Understood? What we have cut it down? Electrons and electrons are cut down. Okay, 4OH minus are here also and here also, and it is opposite side, it will be cut. If it is same side, we need to add, right? So 4 OH minus and OH minus, it cut down. Now here we are having 2H2O and here we are having 4H2O, but they are in opposite side. So 2H2O will be minused from 4H2O, so we are getting 2H2O liquid. The cell running continuously as long as the reactants are supplied. Okay, so this is going to be a continuous process till the reactants are supplied, means till we are going to add H2 at anode and O2 at cathode. This reaction is going to continue. Fuel cell produce electricity with an efficiency of about 70% compared to thermal plant whose efficiency is about 40%. When we are doing this type of reaction, at that time we know that large amount of electricity will be produced, and that production of the energy is 70% more, 70% more than that of a thermal plant efficiency, that is 40%. So electricity generated by this fuel cell is 70% more, while electricity generated through thermal power whose efficiency is only about 40%. Now I am going to show you the diagram of the fuel cell. Okay, so this is hydrogen fuel cell. Okay, anode and cathode is there, and a porous membrane is there, right? So now from one side, that anode we are inlet, you can see the inlet means andar jane wala, right? So it is going inside. H2 is going inside through the inlet, and exhaust H2 is coming out. Same oxygen is going at cathode, right? So it is inlet of that and exhausted O2 and water which is released. Okay, this two is released when exhausted, right? So here with oxygen we are getting H2, right? So we have prepared H2O from here. Okay, H2 is going from here at anode, and O2 is going at cathode, and after the process we are getting exhausted H2 which is removed, and from here we are getting O2 and our water as our product. Okay, so here it comes to an end with the portion of batteries. Now only a small section of corrosion which is pending, that we will be doing in the last lecture, and the topic corrosion is already known to you all, so that is not a very big topic also. So the chapter is almost going to come an end. So it is, I hope that everything is clear to you by now, and I hope that you are going to start writing the question answers and preparing the notes for the same. Thank you.